You around in my life. Something in your ear, oh baby. All right, let's get started, guys. Good evening. So, this is very impromptu, but I can see that there's some people that kind of don't understand what it is exactly that you're getting yourself into when you hire a spiritualist. Okay, first of all, each spiritualist has their own policies. And the one thing that I can tell you that spiritualists are not is we are not your local McDonald's. We're not AT&T or some company that, we are our own business. Okay. And this whole thing about spiritualists having to be professional, no, I just think that we just have to be ethical. Professional is a totally different thing. You're dealing with a small business. Okay, first of all, most witches have a small business unless they have a store, then they can be considered to be medium to large. Okay, depending on what they're doing. Okay, And so first of all, you're paying probably several times less for the work that you're getting. So appreciate it. Appreciate the fact that you're getting quality work that isn't that expensive. Okay. One of the things that I don't tolerate is clients calling me back to back. Okay. And I understand that many of you guys, especially because I'm going to tell y'all something, my love clients are the ones that I have the most problems out of. Okay. Yeah. The love clients are typically the worst ones. I get probably close to maybe 10 love clients per year. Otherwise, I deal mainly with cleanses, generational hex removers, uncrossings, money work, and other stuff. Okay. Now, many of you guys that come in and you are told that you need a cleanse, you really need one. Okay. So some of my policies is that if I have um if first of all, I don't do refunds at all, so you're not going to be able to get a refund from me. It states it the policies are on both my Etsy shop as well as and here's what I want to say. um I am not responsible for your emotional issues unless you are paying for a cleanse or either a hex remover. Okay. Otherwise, if we're doing work totally unrelated, I don't have to baby you through the process. I don't have to do that. Okay. And male clients are going to need to be particularly careful because you shouldn't be calling me at 12 o'clock at night ever. You shouldn't be calling me at 11 o'clock at night. You shouldn't be calling me unless you have an appointment. So if you don't have an appointment, I don't have to answer my phone. Okay. You need to wait patiently for your update. If you're not able to be patient, that lets me know that you could possibly be under demonic possession. I've actually had clients that have went under demonic possession during the course of work. And what I will suggest to you is to get a cleanse. When I tell you I am busy, okay, if you ever call or text me, and see, most of my clients text me, they don't just start calling my phone. You can't do that. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm dealing with. I could be doing your work at the time. You're disturbing me. You should not be calling me every other day about anything. I have up to 2 months to complete your work for you, and that is listed in my policies. Technically and spiritually, to get, I don't have to send you pictures of your work. And then, especially if you have already told my spirits and my ancestors that the work is already working even before I've completed my end of things, you have to be really careful. Yeah, you have to be really, really careful. Yeah. And then there's the troll clients, obviously. I had a client that sent me a text message late at night, a male client. If you are a male client, you'll be dealt with by my spirits, period. Okay. So you need to chill out. Okay. You need to chill out. Especially if you're a male client, okay? Be careful with that. You have to understand that our businesses are ordained by God. So when you mess with us like that, and I understand that some of you clients are, um, you have your own issues, okay? But once you enter into an oral or a written contract with me, you can't go back on that. And so it's a spiritual contract, okay? Updates. If you need to send me updates, then send them. But calling my phone profusely, you can't ever do that. That's going to literally mess it all up for you. Okay. Hello, Jacksonville. Hello. Don't, I don't look. The only time I need for you to update me with anything is if I request it from you. Otherwise, your updates mean nothing to me. Okay. Unless you're calling. So you have to be patient, number one, because, and I'm going to tell you, no matter what it is that you try to do, it ain't going to never work. You are dealing with the spirits, so it is what it is. Okay, and some of these covens out here will try to send you clients to mess with you. I'm gonna tell you that that's a wrong move, totally and completely. So you might want to step back on that. Okay, those are not authentic spiritualists. So they don't know how this works. Okay. Do not ever text me if I tell you I'm busy, don't continue to text me or I'll put you in spam at least for the evening. Okay. Now, don't ever tell me, it's almost 11 o'clock at night, my time. And you're telling me about a wet dream that you had. Don't ever do that to me. Ever. Okay. That's not necessary. Because here's the thing. If you contact me and I tell you I'm busy, if I say I'm extremely busy at the moment, that's where you stop. That's where you stop. You don't contact me after that. You have to give me the opportunity to call you back. And I don't have to call you back right away. You're not my only client. I don't have just one client per month. It's more up to in the, maybe 30 or 40 clients per month. So you have to wait for me to contact you back. And if you are an obvious troll client, I will report you. Okay. Because a lot of the times, you'll have clients that, um, they're not understanding because they haven't really they have never dealt with a real spiritualist. Okay. A lot of these people that you're dealing with, they're frauds, they're fakes. So they're just frauding you. I'm a real person. Okay, I'm going to let you know, hey, you're overstepping your boundaries. I don't have to answer the phone every time you call. Who do you think you are? Especially if I'm in the middle of ritual. So if you're a person that wants power and control over others, or either you're psychic vampiring off of somebody, because if I'm doing love work for you, obviously, at that time, you're waiting for the work to manifest, and you can't start complaining to me at all if it hasn't been 90 days since I've taken you as a client. Those are another thing that is a part of my policies. So I have only had one complaint, and I believe he's a troll, but I'll see you at the new year. I'll deal with you after the new year if that's the case, because honestly, guys, I don't work that way. Very, very ethical business that I run over here. And then especially when you have let me know that there's been movement. Also, if you refuse to listen to me. See, many of you guys that are not getting cleansed, I'll say, hey, you need a cleanse. If I ever tell you that you need a cleanse, then you need to listen to me. Because that means that if you need a cleanse and you have bad energy on you from wherever, it could have been prior to, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't buy a cleanse, you bought something else. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cleanse on you. So whatever you pay for will apply towards the work that you actually need. Okay, because we don't have time for that. So the few times that I've dealt with clients that were complaining, first of all, when you're working with a spiritualist and you're an authentic client, okay, and you need something and you're going to get what you need, trust me, over here. You're going to get everything you need over here. Okay, and I'm going to get everything I need. Okay, if you paid for work and you're contacting a spiritualist every 5 minutes, you probably need an exorcism. If you don't want to listen and you're doing things that go against the work. For example, if I tell you something and I tell you, hey, you can't really trust that person because that person is working against you. And I'll tell you that and you won't listen and you'll argue back with me. And I'll say, hey, listen, I told you. Okay. Because at the end of the day, this is your situation, not mine. Okay. And you can't take it out on us what you're currently going through. That's not going to ever work. So, and this is something that I've been doing for years. It doesn't matter what you do or what you think. You will not call my phone back to back, especially when you can see that I'm busy. Okay. I have other deadlines to meet. Okay. I have deadlines that I have to meet. Okay. So, whoever this person is, that decided to come through my door, oh, you're going to get the help that you need. Trust me. Because that's what you need. Now, for me, I'm very suspicious of clients that avoid working on themselves. Okay, I am very suspicious, and moving forward, love work. I'm probably going to be doing it few and far between. Seriously, I already do it few and far between because that's not. I mean, obviously, if you need love work, you need to look at your generational hexes. You need to look at cleanses. Most of y'all just need cleanses. And I told this guy, I said, I can see why this woman left you. Because look at what you're doing. You're controlling, you're trying to be domineering. That ain't gonna work over here. I work with Lord Ganesha and Shiva, and they will show you. So I've been taking male clients, and you got to understand that, you can't do that crap over here. This is authentic spiritualism. Okay. And you can't throw a temper tantrum because I'm not able to take your call. And then I can tell that you're purposely trying to disturb what I'm doing, especially when you don't know I could be in another reading. I had a client that began calling me simply because he knew that I was doing readings. Now, I don't know what your issue is, but I can promise you that you have no prayer over here. Seriously, we don't work that way over here. Okay, so you're gonna have yourself some problems. You go into spiritualists doing this kind of crap. And you need to have problems. You do, because you need to wake up and realize what your issue is. Okay, so I am here to help, but I'm not here for you to dump all your crap off on me every single day. I would not have the time or the energy to do that. To sit and talk on the phone with one client every day, never. I can't do that. And see, that gets my spirits real suspicious that you may be a psychic vampire as well, which is fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. My company policies are still my policies. I don't care if you're a psychic vampire. I've had psychic vampiric clients before. I've had lots of different types of clients. They know they know my boundaries. Especially when you are somebody that's trying to get a lover back and then you're telling me about a wet dream. See, that's when I'll cut off communication with you and then I'll let you know because see, your sex demons have nothing to do with me. Okay, the only way I have to deal with that is if you paid me. You did not pay me to deal with your sex demons, which would be a cleanse. You need to have a candle cleanse. Okay. If you refuse to do that, I don't have to sit and talk to you. If you have an emotional problem, go cry into a pillow. Okay. Go take a bath. Go do what was suggested. Start listening to people. Start showing yourself some self love, is what you need to do. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. Um, I think I probably have this, have issues with clients probably once every Xeon. And literally, it doesn't end the way that you want it to end. Okay. Because there are policies that protect me, okay, that are put into place for a reason. Okay. So these people that, I don't know what your issues are. Well, I do know what your issue is, but you're going to get help with that, like I said. Okay. And then, once I do the appropriate action for you to remove that demonic entity and to detach it from me, because, this is serious what we're doing over here. So if you're displaying signs to me of being demonically possessed, I have to take the appropriate action. Doesn't matter who sent you, doesn't matter what your original intent was, it doesn't matter. Okay. I am a high priestess. I'm not a fraud. Okay. And I'm definitely not going to complete love work for you with you behaving that way. I'm not going to bring a woman back to you so that you can be demonically possessed and push her away again. Okay. You need to realize that just because you hid your obvious emotional problem and you were hiding it well, trying to pretend that you were emotionally balanced at the time, but you weren't. And what's going to emotionally balance you is a cleanse. Matter of fact, there's some clients, and this, sometimes clients hide it, but there's some clients I'll tell them, I'm not doing that for you. I can do a cleanse and that's it. And maybe we can revisit that later, but you need a cleanse. Okay. Now, my work, as soon as you pay for it, you can see the difference. It starts working immediately. Okay. So that's why we have a no refund policy over here, because you can't really determine, that means that a person might be trying to get free work because once you pay for it. And so we don't do that. Okay. So you're going to have to find some other solution, which is to be for you to calm yourself down and for you to think before you act, because attacking me is absolutely the wrong thing to do. Okay. And right now, and this has nothing to do with any fraud spiritualists on there. This has to do with what is between me and the clients. What I am communicating to you right now, okay, is that if you need certain work done, then you may want to go ahead and do it. Otherwise, if you're contacting me every other day or every day with this bad energy on you, I'm going to block you from calling me. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, hey, you have already been told that you have bad energy on you because you need a cleanse. You refused to get a cleanse. You wanted the work that you wanted. So now you have to go and you have to deal with your emotional issue. Period. It's not my problem or my responsibility unless you paid for a cleanse. Then I could quickly get that energy off of you very quickly. But you have to pay for the services. You can't get it for free. Okay. Now, if you've changed your mind about the work that you want to get, then we would need to apply that towards something else. I don't do refunds at all. Don't ask for them ever. You are not at McDonald's. You are not at at an electronical store or a that's not where you're at. So we don't do that. Okay. And all of my clients know that, and I never have any problems with clients. But I think that it's this male client that I took. Okay. And, he's having some emotional problems right now because he wants the person back. And, and he's probably going through something. It's around the holidays. Buck up, be a man, be strong. Okay. If I just took you as a client a month ago and your woman left you a year ago, come on now. And then you're telling me all these stories about these other spiritualists that you went to that put something on you. So then that's when my spirits are really going to strike back, because that lets me know that you were having issues with those other spiritualists. And there are some people that watch YouTube that will bounce from spiritualist to spiritualist. Okay, they will do that. Well, that's your issue. In fact, I tell you, you're not even supposed to be talking about that if you went to another spiritualist. And then also, it's certain things that clients need to know. Most of my clients, 99.9% of my clients know better. And they know not to do that. Why? Because they're already seeing movement of the work, and they know not to bug me. If you're doing that, then I'll deal with you. Okay? Because I'm not in competition with anybody on here. If you're a secret shopper, don't ever come to me. Okay? There is no such thing as a secret shopper. Okay? That's something that's set up for fake spiritualists. We don't have that. Uh-uh. So you're in the wrong realm over here. You're you're dealing with Hecate. Okay? You're dealing with real witchery. Okay? So I don't have these issues. Okay? So if you are a client that may have came across as being a little pushy or aggressive, then the best thing for you to do is to just apologize. Okay. And then you'll be in the good again. And then we can go ahead and move forward in the process. But more than likely, I'm going to require that you get a cleanse before I even talk to you. When you guys are upset or emotionally upset, that is your own ancestors and bad spirits that you're dealing with, not mine, especially when you're not a cleansing client or a generational hex remover client. I don't have to deal with all those extra issues at all. And I am a very kind-hearted person, and my spirits ain't gonna let you take me for granted or take advantage of me. It ain't gonna never happen. Because some of these spiritualists are like, don't call me. And I may end up becoming that way too. But most of the time it's not that big of a deal. Most of the time it's not that big of a deal. But if you have an issue with me, then you need to look at yourself. Seriously, because in reality, I have up to 90 days to complete your work for you, period. And you are told that. You are told that. I don't have to give you an update for 90 days, and you are told that during the consultation. So that eliminates and alleviates any of the clients that, might be, somebody on YouTube that could be emotionally imbalanced. Okay. And then also when you're making it a point to tell me, oh, well, I didn't see you on YouTube, I just found you on Etsy. So see, now then my spidey senses is going off, and the spirits will handle it. Most of the time when clients are dealing with their own emotional stuff, they don't contact me. If you're hurting and you're upset because you're waiting for somebody to come back to you and you tired, that ain't my fault. I don't know you. I just met you a month ago. So you're not going to be able to ever put on me and make me the fall guy of your situation that you may have created for yourself. I didn't create that situation for you. Either you did it, your mama did it, your daddy did it, maybe your sister. Maybe the target's father did it. Okay, so it gets frustrating, and a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are lonely, very lonely. You got to learn how to manage that. Okay, go read some Psalms or something to make yourself feel better. Connect with God. Okay, connect with God. Okay, harassing me is not going to do that. Me every other day. I never gave you the leeway, and I never agreed for you to call me every other day. Never. And that was the troll, actual troll. That person hasn't sent me any money, but these trolls, they do try it. And I can tell you that I keep every correspondence and I keep record of everything. Okay. And then also, you got to be careful around this time of the year. You don't play around with the spirits right now, especially because, there's a lot going on and there's a lot that I'm dealing with. I deal with a lot. Trust me, I earn every penny and I should be making more. Okay, my cleanses, I could charge 900 for those. I could charge 1,000 for my cleanses. I could charge 1,600 for a regular hex breaker contract remover. Okay, not the generate. I could charge 3,500. Okay. I've been sitting here talking for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know how long I've been talking. What I was saying is that what I will do is if you have like a full demonic meltdown or whatever, if you got some stuff going on, I'll go ahead and do the work that you need. And then when you regroup yourself, then we can start back on the road of the work that you originally came for. Okay. 9 times out of 10, if you go through anything particularly difficult, it could have something to do with a hex that could be on you. It could be a generational hex. So you have to trust. And over here, you can trust. So basically, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the work done on you that you need because obviously you got something on you, and then you can regroup in the morning. Is what you can do. Okay, and I do require my spirits do require an apology. Okay, especially if you took out your anger on me. Okay, because that's not my fault. Whatever it is that happened to you in your childhood, whatever it is that happened to you, I didn't do that to you. Okay, if anything, my spirits probably protected you. And then you're being inconsiderate and then you're not appreciating me. I don't have clients, and then I don't have clients that my clients don't call me by my first name unless, that they don't do that. They say Queen Jamila. Okay, so that's another thing. If you are addressing me, learn how to address people. Okay, because in reality, okay, you need to learn respect. And that's one of the reasons why you're having issues anyway, is the lack of respect that you're showing for women, period. Especially if you're a male client. I'll have my spirits fix you up real quick when it comes to that. You've got to stop doing stuff like that. Okay. And I am not lonely. You are not my only client. And no, I am not lonely. So, no, I do not have time to sit and talk to a client for an hour a day. Never. I'm never going to do that for you. Okay. I don't care how much money you sent me. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to try to take my time like that. Okay. And literally, when I tell you I'm busy, that's where you stop. You don't go on and on for 30 minutes. I am not your girlfriend. I am not the person that you're trying to get back together with. Okay. She's probably blocked your number, and with good reason, because your energy is bad. If you probably would have got a cleanse a long time ago, you wouldn't be in this position. Okay. And technically, I have to do it. I have to do the cleanse on you because that energy could be affecting me. It is because you're contacting me flipping out. And I'm like, I have up to 90 days to give you an update, period. And most people know that, or either they're told that, or either spirit is going to tell you that. Anything other than that, you're having some issues that you need to deal with. And when I told you last week that you needed a cleanse, and if you couldn't afford to get a cleanse, then I told you what to do. I gave you instructions on what to do because basically what clients will do, clients like that don't have a cleanse, they'll end up having some kind of anxiety. Okay, anxiety causes men to become very aggressive. I know everything about you men, okay? When y'all are scared, y'all get aggressive and y'all start fighting and y'all start attacking. I get it, okay? But don't do that to me. Okay, as the witch or the high priestess that's working on your stuff, you don't do that. And so, it's called etiquette. Okay, and it doesn't matter, whatever, you just understand that. And I don't give people updates before 90 days unless it's a cleanse or something else. Otherwise, you're not going to get an update for 90 days, period. Sometimes, okay? It's not to say that the work is not done. Okay, in fact, you haven't even if you haven't even given me the opportunity to update you. Okay, and you're assuming that the work is not done because the person has not came back to you. If you're getting breakup work, you have to wait for that stuff to manifest, even though Just because you break up somebody with somebody else doesn't mean that they're going to be with you or they're going to come be with you. That doesn't mean that. So, this is specifically a client that's waiting on breakup work. You're going to have to wait, period. Okay. And, spirit will guide you. What I do is that's when I send out a spirit guide and then you'll be okay. But freaking out and then coming into, and being weird, that's, yeah, that I don't stand for that. Okay. No matter what sector you came from, you're going to have to follow by my rules. Okay. There may be other spiritualists that can sit all day and talk on the phone with you. Jamila don't have time for that. I honestly don't. And you know what? I work on client work for a few hours a day. I have to manage my time. And yes, I am a human being. So if you see me dealing with something personal, then that is my personal right. I have a personal vlogging channel. So a lot of y'all that are on here that are secretly watching and all that stuff, look, you can't you need to let go of that control, that controlling and that aggressive. And then also, I don't have to be professional. You're not judging me. You're not the judge of me. You are the client. Okay. I am the high priestess and you are the student. So you need to just really show some respect, is what I always have to tell people that act like that. You don't have any respect. And this is why you are in the position that you are in, trying to get this person back that left you and is with someone else. Okay, so you've been to three different spiritualists to break them up, is what this person told me. Okay, and the other spiritualists, evidently, they didn't have the power to do that, but I won't do it. And I'll take the money that you paid and I'll apply it towards something else, especially when you need it. Because, when you have a demon on you or some kind of entity that could be hurting you, obviously the reason why you were calling me is because you needed some comfort. You needed to hear my voice, evidently. But you know what? I have a life. I have a life too. And also, I have to make sure that I meet deadlines. I have to keep things moving. I have to keep things going. I don't just get a client and then stop. That that's not the way that it works. So, and you just have to be patient. Patience is a virtue. I'm pretty sure that, a lot of people that do have issues with being patient, especially when someone tells you, and I'm not your girlfriend. Listen, if you're having trouble identifying, listen, you act like you're contacting her. You want to contact your girlfriend, is who you want to contact. Okay. And men can be very tricky. And that's why you contacted me. Well, over here, if you call me, you have to have an appointment. And the only way you can get an appointment is if you pay for a reading. Okay. I can only give you so much free coaching to where I have to, because otherwise you're going to drain me. I was doing something for somebody else. You have to be considerate of the other people. And then also understand that whatever is going on, my other clients' ancestors are going to protect them from you, because then you become a problem. And you don't ever want to become a problem. You don't. People that become a problem have serious issues, especially when you become a problem for the spirits. Okay. And they're working out your situation. You're showing a total lack of trust and faith. That work is never going to move for you as long as you do that. You cannot get witches and hire witches to do work for you if you don't trust it. Okay, you can't do that. Otherwise, it's never going to work. Okay, and you can't bully me into a refund either, because I only give refunds for people that are having financial difficulty. And it's only in rare circumstances. That's if a client purchases something and contacts me the next day, has buyer's remorse, says, hey, I honestly could not afford that, which I've never, I've never had that happen. Okay. So, as we get closer to Christmas, many of you guys that are love spell clients, you want that person back by Christmas. Okay. You know what? Do what is suggested to you. Okay. Take the advice that you are given. And that person may come back by Christmas, probably before that. Another thing I notice is that right before work manifests, the clients will freak out. And then the next day, something drastic will happen with their case. And the case will be settled. And then you'll be freaking out. So many of y'all that lack that faith, you're in the wrong place with that, because we'll teach you real quick. And please, for God's sakes, if I ask you to stop calling me, or if I ask you to give me a minute to contact you back, and you're freaking out to the point where you're trying to replace your anger onto me, okay, that's not going to work because you're disturbing people's peace and quiet. I can't manifest anything for you if you're bugging the hell out of me. Okay. So, and that's just, it just is what it is. I realize that there's some people that manifest with chaos. We don't manifest with chaos over here. We don't. That's not, and that, and, literally people that are really high strung like that, you just need to get a cleanse so you can calm yourself down, so you can be very peaceful, very tranquil, and very serene. And then that way you can go ahead and open yourself up. And then what you want is just going to manifest just like that. Sometimes a cleanse is the missing element of the work that you need. Okay, especially when you're going off on me. I'm like, well, I'm the one that helped. Remember when you called me and gave me an update? I'm the one that helped you. I'm the one helping you. I don't understand why you're going off on me. Well, I do understand. It's because, some of the clients are not cleansing. And I don't do free cleanses at all. At all. If I tell you you need something, then you need to get it. Okay. And that's just all it is to it. Okay. And then everything will, I can tell you that a lot of my clients are extremely happy with the work that I do for them. And for you to say to me, oh, I need an update, I need an update, I need an update, I need an update. No, no, you don't need an update, you need a cleanse. Okay, because that's not, you're not gonna, it's not gonna happen. You can't even wait a week, you can't even wait 2 weeks. Keep in mind, I have other clients that were in front of you. Keep that in mind. So it don't happen like that over here. And then also, even when you get the work done, I know that y'all look at there are some spiritualists on here that will tell you, oh, this is going to happen instantly. No, it doesn't. Go look at any authentic spiritualist. That stuff can sometimes take time, especially you didn't catch it when it first happened. A lot of y'all will come to me a year after the crap done happened. I just, you broke up with that person a year ago. You're just now coming to me to get work done. This year, like this month or last month, you just came to me. So, there's a lot of stuff that has probably happened within that year, and so just, keep it real, but don't ever come at me like I'm your slave, or I'm supposed to do what you say, or you're going to rush the spirits, or you're going to force me to talk to you. Nah, I'm not going to pick up my phone, because if I pick up the phone and a bad spirit comes through that feeds all of my energy that I was supposed to use for something else, I'm going to be extremely pissed, and so are my spirits. So I'm not going to sit up here and talk to you with that attitude. Okay. In fact, there's some clients I'll have to tell them, hey, listen, go take a spiritual bath and call me later. Okay. Because a lot of the times, if you are flipping out on me, that could mean that, and it could be the person. Let me tell you another thing. It could be the other person throwing stuff at you. So you're trying, you just want what you want, but you don't want to deal with the actual responsibility of what you're dealing with. You're coming to me to break somebody up, right? How do you know that the person that they're with is not throwing stuff back at you? And maybe that's why you're feeling that type of way. For you to, lash out at the source of your help doesn't make any sense. It sounds like to me, and I'm able to detect certain stuff. If you coming at me like that, I'll deal with it later. I'll throw the cards for you if I see certain stuff. And if you're throwing it at me, I'm gonna have to throw it back at you. Okay, because unless you paid me for that work, sounds fair to me. Okay. So, I've been doing this for years, you know what I'm saying? And I've never lost the case yet. I haven't. So just be patient when it comes to your updates, especially if you can see that the work is already working. So how you gonna get you gonna get a refund and the work already worked? Well, that's not fair. So you want something for free? And you yourself as the client can slow down and stop the work by trying to first of all, I actually I'm stopping. First of all, I don't have time all the time to take pictures of everything and do all that kind of stuff, and no. Okay, so we technically, I don't have to show my altar, and I don't have to show the type of work that I do for you. Because how do I know that you're not somebody that is trying to, run game on me or something? How do I know that? I guess people would say, "Oh, well, you're supposed to be a psychic witch." Well, I get that. Here's what I want to say about that. It's not our responsibility necessarily to see every damn thing. You ain't gonna. Nobody knows everything. All we can do is have faith, okay, and trust that the work works. That's all we can do. Okay, because and it's already worked, and then you've given me an update, and you're updating me to tell that it worked, but you're upset because I haven't sent you a photograph. What you need is to heal yourself before that person comes back to you anyway, especially if you're doing love reunion work. You need to heal yourself at that point, okay, and clear yourself. And in that way, that person, because that person will come back and be like, ugh, I can still feel that bad energy. I'm ready to go again. And I'll just use you until I find somebody else. You don't want to end up being used. You have to know that a lot of times it's your own bad energy and sometimes generational hexes that are, causing these issues. And you have to at some point look at yourself, especially if it's a constant pattern that has been happening over and over again in your life. Okay. So, like I said, I have a very good relationship with my clients. So, all I ask of you guys to do is that if I ever have to put you in spam, I'll take you out. The next day, you can talk to me, you can apologize, we can do a powwow, and we can continue on the work. But at that point, you have caused me to stop the process and the flow of what I'm doing, include my business. And so, get a cleanse. Why do you think that you don't need a cleanse? Why do you think that there's nothing wrong with you? What, that denial is what's going to continue to keep you in limbo. Okay. You have to constantly, when you're having issues with relationships or money, you have to look at your family, look at what they going through. Look at your bloodline, look at your ancestors, call to your ancestors. Have a relationship with them. Just because I'm doing specific work for you doesn't mean that you can't connect with your ancestors and to connect with spirit. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. People always want what they want, but some of y'all have spiritual gifts, and when you start lashing out at me and I start feeling those energies, oh God, no, my spirits are gonna protect me from that. No, no, no. I've been in business far too long. I have far too good of a reputation when it comes to my clients as well. So we don't have those problems over here, not ever. Okay. And if you having some problems and you need to talk to me, just say, hey, listen, I just need somebody to talk to. I'm lonely. I came to you because, only a month ago, okay, I came to you because I need to get my lover back, and here I am, and I need somebody. I'm feeling the funk. Okay. Well, then you can go to Etsy, or either you can Zelle me and you can pay for a reading, because that would be considered, I'd be doing a cleansing session for you at that point. So that means that I'm just absorbing your bad energy, and I can't do that. And it's not my responsibility. Now, if you had a cleanse and then you're raging against me the next day or 2 days later, which never happens, then I would have a responsibility to say, what the hell is going on here? Okay, which does happen sometimes when y'all release those demons and stuff. It can happen. Okay, but it's for your own good. So I am very forgiving and very patient. I don't just strike back at people like that. You know what I'm saying? You just come to me and you say, you know what, I apologize. I'm sorry. And what can we do to, you know what I'm saying, to continue this process so that I can get what I want. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not bothering or disturbing you. Okay. And that's what's fair. So, because if I'm in the middle of a ritual, sometimes I'll have my phone turned off, hon. You cannot be codependent on me. I'm busy. So, if you're having a meltdown, and I'm not a 24-hour emergency line like that. I've got to get sleep. I have to get rest. I have to eat. I have to feed my kids. So now, me having a life is standing in between you, getting this, and so think about what you're doing before you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I totally understand what you're going through. That's hard. I mean, a lot of us went through a breakup. A lot of us have. A lot, there's a lot of people, but you know what? You got to be patient. That's all you can do. Okay, until that person comes back to you. That's all you can do, is be patient. Now, if you want to get, for and also another thing, if you paid for my cheapest love working and you didn't really, to be honest with you guys, you know what the average price to get a lover back is once they have left you? The average price sometimes would be in the upwards 3 to 5 thousand sometimes, okay? And that's what spiritualists charge. And you know what? I can charge that amount. So when you start talking about the money, my spirits are just gonna laugh at you and go, you didn't even really pay for nothing. Okay. You didn't. People pay thousands of dollars for this type of work. Okay. Now, for me personally, I think that people in general, they kind of don't take spiritualists serious that are on YouTube. And I think that that's a huge mistake, because I can tell you that there are some real ones on here. And I'm one of them. Okay. So, and And we will help you, because what I'll say is, I'll say, you know what's happening right now? You want that person back, and there's a demon that's telling you that you can't have them back. There's a demon that's attacking you. There's a demon that's taking advantage of your situation and trying to hurt you. And that's why you're contacting me, being really impatient. And you know what I'm saying? And so that within itself is a sign. And the only thing you can do is listen, because what's going to happen is that your choices will begin to get narrowed down. Okay. And then that's when, and keep in mind that if you are 40 or 50 years old, a lot, like probably 95% of y'all need generational hex removers. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll say 80%. Okay. 95% of you need cleanses right now, just because look at all the negative stuff that's been happening in the world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people are naturally more frustrated. But I'm not flipping burgers over here, guys. We're dealing with spirits. Okay. And sometimes, if I like, also another thing, if you're waiting for an update, please be patient, because you don't know what. Listen, the work does not start or end or begin with a candle being lit. It doesn't. It doesn't start, begin, or end with that. You're covered by your work that you pay for. The second you pay for it, spirits is already moving that work. You are the one slowing it down. Ask any spiritualist that. Okay. And see, we have to wait until the right window of opportunity to do certain work. Certain work has to be done at a certain time. So for you to expect something to be on your desk by 12 p.m., that's not how we working over here. And you're not going to find that anywhere. Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. I hope y'all having a wonderful Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. Um, and that's just all it is to it. I mean, so I'm going to get the readings uploaded, and get that taken care of, because I mean, how am I going to focus on getting the work done for you if you're calling me every 5 minutes? I can't focus when and some of y'all have spiritual gifts. Some of y'all are telepathic. Some of y'all are empathic. And I'm an empath and extremely sensitive. Okay. But when I'm dealing with clients that are going through some kind of emotional issue at the time, hey, you're a grown person. You are responsible for your own emotions. Okay, unless I have said to you, I will clear your heart chakra. I will clear your third eye. I will clear your crown. Unless I have said that, which is via cleanse. Okay. And so, I think personally for me, I recommend cleanses for some work that you guys want out the gates. Like, I'm not going to do anything for you unless you get a cleanse. And people will say, well, why not? Well, because you are going to be an obstacle during the course of the work that I'm doing for you. And please don't ever light candles to try to force things. Don't light candles to try to, you might as well have just done the work yourself. Don't ever light candles on me to manipulate me. Please don't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. Okay. Because then spirit is gonna literally look at you like, why are you doing this? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace and love.